Andor is deviating massively from what George Lucas envisioned for Star Wars in one key way, and that's why the show is so brilliant. Andor Season 2 is the next to be released of Star Wars' upcoming TV shows, and, as the second and final installment of the show, it's getting plenty of attention. Although audiences already know how Cassion's story ends, it will nevertheless be affecting to see all that leads up to his fate in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Based on recent comments from the Andor star, it also may not be what viewers are expecting. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Cassian Andor actor Diego Luna described the characters of Andor in a way that clearly sets this show apart from Star Wars' other movies and TV shows. Luna explained, "The notion that Andor represents people without hope is worlds apart from the original messaging in and themes of Star Wars, but that is entirely the point, and it works so well. The absence of hope is what makes Andor work so well. Andor is set before the New Hope in Star Wars. Luke Skywalker in Tatooine looking to the distance in Star Wars: A New Hope. It's true that the original message of Star Wars was all about having hope even when facing seemingly impossible odds. However, it's important to note that Andor takes place before the New Hope emerges. That is, Andor is set just before A New Hope in the Star Wars timeline, so it makes perfect sense that people would be without hope at that time. It is because of this absence of hope that Luke Skywalker ends up being so needed. Yes, George Lucas always intended for the message of Star Wars to be one of hope, but that hasn't been undermined by Andor. Instead, it's been enhanced. Through the lack of hope in Andor, it only becomes so much clearer just how incredible the events not only in A New Hope but also in the entire original trilogy are. In terms of the themes of Star Wars, especially of A New Hope, this arc in Andor that reflects just how hopeless things had felt throughout the dark times is actually essential. Andor is unlike anything else in Star Wars, and that's the point. Andor is meant to show a very different side of the Star Wars galaxy. While the overarching theme of Star Wars movies and TV shows may be hope, having hope as a theme in Andor would actually feel wrong. The hope of Star Wars, particularly the original trilogy, is explicitly in reference to Luke and Leia. It wouldn't make sense for this show, which predates all that transpires in the original trilogy and is arguably one of the darkest points in the entire saga, to have the same message that the original trilogy movies do. This is also why Luthen's speech in Andor Season 1 was so perfect. The rebels shown in Andor, Cassian Andor among them, are the ones who are fighting in the darkness, not in the era of hope. However opposite it may be to the larger Star Wars story, the decision for Andor to reflect the hopeless was entirely the right choice, and that's what makes the show so excellent. I'm frankly glad to know that Andor is in such good hands, as it makes me more than confident this Star Wars show will absolutely stick the landing.